Assetto Corsa! It's a car simulator! Italian racing game! Assetto Corsa Competizione! Assetto Corsa Competizione! Assetto Corsa Competizione! Let's all have some colours on! Assetto Corsa Competizione! Whoop, 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 whoop! GT3! GT3 and GT4, we don't need any cars anymore. Let's drive in a car that has all the assists in the world. Power steering, ABS, traction control. Let's drive slow in a tank. Meow, meow. Don't overtake. Because you can't! Hello. 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 Ooh. Hello. Hello. That was Echo muscle. Server is up. Let's get on it. How's everyone doing? My engine sounds are well good. I can set my controls as well, actually. Hang on. What else do I need to change? Black mouse. Where's the black mouse? Hello. We're tripping. Voted for Kevin Muscle as the leader of the Communist Racing Party, eh? Why not? Oh, there we go. Increase traction control. Yes. I already had it set up. Right. Whoops. Wrong one. Right. Get in the server. Oh, shit. Wrong button. I was in... Ah, oh, no. I was in Automobilista mode there. I need to click back at the bottom. Right, let's try that again. Oh, bugger. Don't you hate it when you do that? Huge error. That's alright. What did that actually change? I don't even know what that undoes. Oh, what it undoes the change you just did, I guess. Why is that? Have I broken my button? Oh no. That's alright. What's going on here then? Right, we're good. Back. Got it right this time. That saved it, right? 100% humidity is when you're underwater. Right, here we go. That's how I like to think of it. 10% is your ankles. Search for Gamer Muscle. GT3. Gamer Muscle. He can't drive. Needs to learn how to drive a car. He can't drive not very far. Oh well, the rap was destroyed by the music stopping there. Yo, Thomas Schmidt in the chat room. Rob H in the chat room. Coffee Junkie in the chat room. Are you gonna join the server? Come on board and let's have some fun. We're gonna drive some GT3 cars. Woo! I tell you guys, nothing excites me quite as much as a GT3 car. You see, it's really fast. It's really fun. You don't. I can't sing and type at the same time. That's funny. Why is that not working? You guys try typing and singing. Freestyle rapping whilst typing. It's impossible. What car do I go for? Which car do I pick? Do I go for the Aston Martin? Or maybe pick the Lexus, AMG, BMW, Bentley, or the Jaguar? Ferrari or Honda, Nissan, or maybe the Lamborghini? It's the pick the car track rap. Bentley. Okay. Right. Password is T. Get in there. Oh dear. What is going on today, guys? How many dislikes can we get before we start driving? I knew a lady, don't laugh, who could read a shorthand text, type it out, and longhand, and carry a conversation at the same time. Was your lady actually Microsoft assistant? I've forgotten how to play this. She was Irish. So not completely ear. She was Irish a bit. Oh dear, that joke's terrible. It is Bill Bloodshed. Of all the Sims with force feedback, my favourite one is this one. ACC, I like to drive it. You can't see with ACC. You can't feel a thing through your hands. Don't worry. I can't rap about force feedback. Right, no more singing. Oh God, it's like driving a plank. Walk the plank. We're going to win though, so it doesn't matter. Hello? My downshift's unbound. My car can only go faster. Perfect car, that. There we go. Now I can go into reverse. What? Change view. Oh, okay, it's this button. Ugh. I need to make my brakes more sensitive as well. Okay. It shouldn't do. Maybe you plugged in stuff into different USB ports. Make my brakes sensitive for this because you don't really need to do that precise. Sick burn. Sick burns rally. Hello, VR drifters. Do I sim race when not streaming? Not that much at the moment. I tend to play Rocket League and Counter-Strike. No, you have to use that. You have to use the handbrake in Rocket League to get the car to turn. I'm Diamond 2 rank, I'll have you know, in Rocket League. I'm an effing pro. I'm better at Rocket League than I am in driving sims. It's well weird going from AMS2 to ACC. Yeah, the why have I got this thing bugging out? It's still doing that. It's the handling is very predictable in ACC. I always say it's not. I say it's not my favourite sim, but it's not bad. Like, it's worth having. You can have good racing in it. I think GT3 cars are quite good if you're like new. Why is your head living rent-free in my head? Well, you're not British. You have to pay rent for everything in the UK. No such thing as rent-free in the UK, unless you own the land. Oh God damn it! We started talking about politics again. Shh. Shh. Don't talk about politics. Ugh. I don't think I've ever driven this Bentley before. How do I turn the... right, let's turn the TC down. Oh, hang on, his down is up, isn't it? No, it's not. Oh, God, I can't remember. Is one weaker or stronger in it? Well, we'll find out. Let's get on throttle. I think one is weaker. What is it with driving sims? All having different bloody... I don't use VR at the moment. Unfortunately I've had some like health issues and stuff that make me quite dizzy, so I've not been playing much VR recently. There's a whole bunch of VR games I really want to play, but when my head's being stupid, I tend to avoid VR. Why has the chat room gone so quiet? Is it 7 o'clock? Oh, it's 7 o'clock. Thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the debauchery zone. Oscar Starup. Hello. Welcome along, matey. You idiot for subscribing to this shit. This is the worst YouTube channel on the internet. I like to think that this is I'm the least successful YouTuber. It's my new tagline. Why are we like drifting through that corner? It's that time, Chedhead. Take your clothes off. Battlefield Gran Turismo 4. Try the Lexus. Who makes Lexus? Isn't Lexus... It's not Toyota, is it? Is Lexus Toyota? It is, isn't it? Lexus is American marketed Toyota. So bloody confusing. Can we not just... It's the luxury brand of Toyota. Yes, yes. Yes, yes it is. Yes, yes. Yes, tell me the brand, yes! Lexus just makes me think of that young Superman. The Adventures of Young Superman with Lex Luthor. Do you remember in the 90s, 2000s? Toyota! Mitsubishi! Subaru! Honda. Japanese car names are the best. It just sounds sophisticated. It just sounds like precise, technical. It's like German ones. It's like BMW, Porsche. Hang on. Italian. What else is German? Acura or Infinity? Infiti? I don't know. Everyone in the UK has Ford Focuses, BMWs, Vauxhalls, bloody Fiats, Fiat 500s. There's shitloads of them. All right. Well, Honda's better than Acura. Well, Nissan's better than yeah. Well, why can't we just keep with the original? Is it because they think people are thick or something? And the force feedback's already pissing me off. We might not last long in ACC here. Christ, thought I could take it, guys. Bloody hell! Right, 2 minutes left here. I could take it. That'll be alright. Thought I could look past it. You have to be like a Buddhist monk to play this. Let's have all the fuel. You're doing a 20-minute race or 15-minute race, you only need like 36 litres. Is one... Break a leg. Hang on, that's meant to be good, isn't it? Okay, yeah, that's definitely more. I haven't. But this is the second stream. It's a good track, this. Oh God, I just wish this game had decent force feedback. Christ almighty. Give it your all. Right, should I complain more or less? Can we have a vote? Hello, Robert Mitchell. Sim races in need. Did I even pick the aggressive preset? My tire pressures aren't good either. Search for Game of Muscle password T. Yes, I've already complained about the force feedback. It's annoying me already. The lack of feel is making me resent and regret loading this up. And then the people will go, well, why are you playing it then? And I was saying to them, because I hate myself. And I do things that I don't enjoy. Enjoy the racing. No, you can't change the settings, Captain Cozy. There's no setting you can change. I'm going to change my bloody face. Oh, we've got lots of people. This is awesome how you can have lots of people in the server here. Jesus Christ. Turn interpolation off. Can you do that? That's not going to make any difference. Road effect doesn't help you drive a car. That's just bumping it. That just gives you like wobbly bumpies. That just gives you like vibrations. You need a lot of them G-forces. Huge error. Right, here we go. Set. What did I do? Aggressive preset. That's a bit better. And then we'll do run through. Oh, I mean, look at that. What on earth? Oh, is that right? Seems like the PSIs are very low on this car. Look, dynamic dampening just increases the dampener as you increase speed to reduce oscillation at speed. That is it. These are all the options you got. Ain't nothing you can do in this. Well, I've got my wheel, I've got dampeners off, spring is off, force is on 100, FEI is on 70, which makes it feel nice and rubbery, Int is on too. All the other stuff is off. Off. Whoa! Off. And force feedback's on 63 on the wheel. So it's like pretty damn... You know. No, I don't need to increase the gain. The force feedback's already really strong. Zato, it doesn't matter as long as your wheel lines up. If you set it to 900, it'll be fine. Also, your steering lock changes the sensitivity of the input in the car setup. Right. Here we go. Cold tyres. So I could do with a cold tyre. It's bloody warm today. It's like 25 degrees down here, maybe like hotter. Get ready. Go. Who made me pick the Bentley? Look at this. Oh, it's nice that you can have lots of cars in this. Hello. Come on, guys. Their code works pretty well in this as well. Why am I being complimentary? It's all redundant with shite force feedback. Where's he going? Oh, he's been punt-winkled around. Ow. Oh, you dick! Why did you do that? I'm going to unsafely rejoin the track. What a knobbler. Absolutely punt-wankled me off the track there. Who was it? Oh no, my tyres are cold and grassy. It's not an off-road vehicle. A TC on 1. Let me brake bars further back. Where's he going? Thomas Schmitty's gone full joyride. Oh, hello. Thank you for subscribing. Pasi Hanula. Pasi Hanula. Hello. Probably not even watching the stream. If you're watching this, you wouldn't subscribe, let's be honest. Let's be real. Captain Cozy. It's because you did not sacrifice a virgin before loading the game up. Noob. It's got a 300 ping. Oh, Thomas, you murderer! He's just... This is not... Oh, Christ almighty. To the back we go. This is not Microsoft Flight Sim. He's just killed me! Jesus! Have a rewind of that. That's probably not going to work. Oh, there it is. It has worked. Look at that. Absolutely... Oggined. Oh, I've got to rewind myself. I've done it myself. Like a beast. Like a pro live streamer. Like a man trapped... Like a man trapped in a sim rig with no life whatsoever. Some say he's failed. They would be correct. Now I've got to catch up. What? What are you guys doing? Yeah, this car's terrible. It's all right, Thomas. You've got to drive through. Guilty. Ah, that's thanks, hipster. That is true. Everybody say true. Guys, you wait till you play the new race room force feedback. Hype! I'm hyping it! Hype! 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 I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it, but if I say hype, then it's okay, I guess. It's always good. You're always allowed to hype stuff. There's no embargo. Put it this way, if ACC had the new race room force feedback, I would pee myself with happiness. Alas, this is not the world we live in. Chill a warning. Don't know what kind of ambulance that is. That's not the kind of ambulance you want to hear. Oh no, I've broken my leg. I better call an ambulance. Oh, I'm in pain. I'm coming to save you. It's the LSD ambulance.
Your leg is only a construct of your imagination. The LSD ambulance.
Reality is
not what it seems. Your leg is not broken. Your leg is merely an object to stand upon and carry you through space-time.
I don't want the LSD ambulance. I want the real one. That's what happens once the NHS is privatised. We'll only have the LSD ambulance. Wow, we're in 17th place here. What an emotional drive. I'm glad we did this. Are you guys in chat worse at sim racing than me? Type worse in chat if you're worse and better if you're better. Worse, 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 worse.
Worse, 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 worse. Better, worse, 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 worse. Worse, 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 worse.
Oh, the LSD ambulance works! My legs are fine! Woo! Keep in mind, what did I turn into? Regret. Oh, what's he doing? Ugh. What's going on here? Devugod? Devugod. Where are you going, man? Okay. Joker up it is. you doing? This is just like iRacing. I did close him off. I mean, that was partly my fault. I did kind of not make it, like, you know, I could have probably done more to avoid that, but... Well, this has been a great race. This car's terrible, guys. Who told me to pick this? It's awful. It's like driving a concrete slab around the Nürburgring. It's so like what a bad car. What an awful vehicle. I mean, Bentleys are used for getting rich people to airports. They're not for racing. What did you do, Bentley? How would, like, is the car filled with water or something? It's about as fun to drive as a skateboard with no wheels attached to it. Bloody awful car. So sluggish. Bentley should be sued for building this car. Bloody hell, what a terrible car. Who likes this car? Guys, who likes this? Take a look at it. Take a look at it before you say you like. Look at this. What on earth? Let me have a vote in chat. Right, what's the best car in ACC? And we'll jump in it. Well, good at track. Probably good at tracks without any corners. It's good for driving to the track. That's about it. Maybe people that play ACC like the Bentley because they, and that's why they like ACC, because they like sluggish brickmobiles. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we should never ask an ACC fan what car they prefer. Anyone with intellect would always pick like a Porsche. It sounds good. It's probably not the best criteria for the car that you choose to drive in a race. Oh man. I seem to remember the Ferrari's been a bit boring in this as well. Oh, okay, we're trying the Lexus next. Oh, I'm drifting all over the place. Bloody hell. We'll try the Lexus next. Reviewing the Lexus. My review of the Bentley is 0 out of 10. Absolutely awful. Oh, like just going through the corner. It's like driving through a wall of honey. It's always a lie, Mr. Wear My Eye. If you were to, like, try and design a car around depression, this is the vehicle you'd come up with, the ACC Bentley. Exactly. It's a good car for driving people to an airport. Or to put a president in and make sure that the bullets can't hit them. But I mean, you can put the Pope in it, but it's not a good car for like racing. It's like how London buses aren't good for racing. I mean, they could be, but generally speaking, I mean, I would definitely watch that, but you know, what's the server name? It's Gamer Muscle hates Bentleys in ACC. It's my god, this car is goddamn awful. The simulator. I'd rather be playing Desert Bus than driving this car. Mind you, if the force feedback was better, it'd probably be more enjoyable than most cars in AMS2. So, no, I'm still ranting. I'm having my therapy session here. Can you say something positive about ACC, specifically the Bentley? It's so bad. Has anybody driven a Bentley GT3 car in real life and can attest to their amazing performance and behaviour? Who's like, if you've got £250 million to have a GT3 team, who goes, right, let's drive the Bentley, right? Yes, that makes sense. You wouldn't, would you? You'd be like, right, let's go for the Ferrari or the McLaren or the Porsche. You would not go for Bentley if you were like, I don't know, you've got £500,000 to buy yourself a seat in a Blanc Pain GT3 team. You're not going to pick the Bentley, are you? Unless you work for like Bentley. I'm using the podium right now. Exactly. Well, it's not like you see a Bentley GT3 car and go, oh yes, that sells me on getting a Bentley. It's like the whole point of Bentleys is I'm a rich person and I want to get to my private plane in exuberance. Or I'm living in Saudi Arabia and I want to show off to my Saudi friends that I've got a Bentley with like stars on the ceiling and custom gold trimmed doorknobs, you know? That's the point of a Bentley. It's not racing. Oh no, I'm not going to buy a Bentley to get to the airport because it didn't win in the Blanc Pain series. that happens all the time. Right, never driving that again. Whoever suggested I drive that, you need to be apologised. Peter Rotkin with the win. Ero Ottonen second. D. Austin's third. S. Hall fourth. T. Mazitsko fifth. R. Gretterson sixth. And N. Stevenson seventh. Right, we're going to do a different track. We're going for the Lexus because I've been told. God damn. You can pick up a decent Bentley Continental for 25k. Hello, Elvis H. I'm alright, thanks. I'm okay, yeah. It's alright, John. I got pummeled. At least, look on the bright side, you were crashing into the worst car in ACC. Right, we're going for the Lexus here. It better be good. It says it's from 2016, though, so... I mean, it looks like another Chonkers. The wheels look different. Bloody hell. Some coffee. We've got to go for the Lexus, and if it's crap in quality, we'll change to a better car. Well, hang on. Why can't I pick my... What? Why can't I pick my... What's going on here? Oh my god, what is happening here? No. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. Why is that not? What on earth? Oh, whatever. Right, I don't know what's going on there. We got the Lexus. Maybe you can't customise it that much. Oh, where's my music got? Right, hang on. Oh my god! If we don't find another, if we don't after this, if this is still awful, We're gonna go to Microsoft Flight Sim. Hopefully Thomas will join us. He's got the same plane. We're going to test out a new plane in Microsoft Flight Sim. Right. Chili Dog. Can we do like a nice track? Silverstone maybe would be good. Please hold. Please hold. Hello, sir. Thanking you for hosting the server. It's the new Lexus RCF GT3 car. Take your family out in luxury in the new Lexus RCF GT3 with one seat for your driver, and the rest of the family can enjoy the comfort of the floor. Plenty of boot space and a climbing frame for your children to keep them entertained on those long journeys. Do you like console games? Well, you can enjoy them even more with the Gran Turismo sponsored paintwork that comes standard on all Lexus RCF GT3 cars. With premium Pirelli tyres, your tyres will last approximately 5 miles on your average British Tory road that's not been maintained and is full of potholes. Lexus, getting you there without a care. 15-minute race, Chili. Worried about safety? Don't worry, there's a health pack located in the bonnet. Run over a pensioner crossing the road, open the bonnet and patch them up and drive away. Happy times with Lexus. Integrated LED front bonnet lighting and a massively inconvenient grille that takes 14 hours to clean. Hungry whilst driving down the motorway? Open the door and put your kebab over the exhaust pipe for a free motorway barbecue. Only with Lexus, brought to you by Motorex, New Balance, and Elaz Insurance. MLFreyRacing.com. Go there and buy your Lexus today. Only £2 million. Lexus, 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 Lexus. Right, I think we sold a few Lexuses there. Pinging the server. It will be Game of Muscle, but we're just stuck selling cars. I've got these to try, guys. Sugar-free soft foams. Nothing says tasty snack like a sugar-free soft foam. Boy, I have a hankering for some soft foam. Who doesn't get hungry and think to themselves, I really want a soft foam. Wrong pack. What have you done, Chili Dog? Oh, was refresh the server here. Oh, no, Shumi. You better get that scene too. He's got a foam in his pants, not a telephone. It's a soft foam. Pillow, pillow soft, memory foam in his pants. Oh, soft foam. He's a soft foam man. Oh, well, it'll be terrible. He's got really bad taste in cars. And let's pick the aggressive preset. It's not really that aggressive. Like, hang on, what's going on here? It's not that aggressive compared to like your crazy setups that you get from like Aliens. They're not really normally. Are they aggressive? They're more just like oversteering. Right, let's see how this goes. We'll see how this drives. Welcome along, guys. Do you want to click the like button? We've got 160 people watching and only 65 likes, which is really bad. I might as well retire. The feedback I'm getting is that I shouldn't live stream. So, this is probably the correct feedback. That body roll. Oh my god. Ah, this is shit as well. I'm going to quit ACC. No, we're doing this race. I'm going to move my view back. My review of ACC today. Don't know if this is worse than the Bentley. That'd be pretty hard. It's the force. It is just the force feedback. Just make it ruins it. You know, I don't think even the Saudi Audi can save the day. This is an understeer wagon. I have a lot of fuel in it. Oh, this is shit. I'm not driving this. Right, I'm driving a different car. I don't know what. Was the Aston Martin vaguely passable? I can't remember. Oh my god. Oh, I'm going to quit live streaming. All because of ACC. Right, here we go. There we go. We're going for that. What is this? There we go. We made it gold. Perfect. Bloody hell. These spoiled YouTubers. Chicken out. Squawk! Hello, Euclid. Oh, this is better. This car's a little bit more responsive. That Lexus was like... it's so much body roll. More suspension than a kid's bouncy castle. Before hooking up. Like, how could you like that? This is better. I mean, the force feedback's still goddamn awful, but this car's a better car. All praise Aston Martin. That's a proper vehicle. That's a proper manufacturer. Yes, Aston Martin. I'm buying one now. Listen to that. Aston Martin. Kunos have sold an Aston Martin. How much they cost? Oh, this is so much better. This is responsive. Why would you want to drive a car that's not responsive? Like, what? How does that happen? Who produces a race car that's not responsive? Like, what's the design process there? Yes, we'll build a race car, but we'll have it all wobbly. Every car in this is like that, James. I'm just ignoring the force feedback. We're not even considering that component. Isn't it? Aston Martin's what all the rich people drive, right? They do look nice, actually. Can someone Google how much an Aston Martin road car costs? Oh, you... What are you doing? N. Stevenson. Can we have a rewind? Well, you never know. I thought ACC was the most realistic driving simulator, so if it's shit in this, it must be shit in real life. 1,300,000 or 130,000. That's all right. I mean, you could buy like a house in the Midlands for that, but you could buy a nice boat for £130,000. Like a small, you could buy a small yacht for that. That'd be quite nice. You can buy a nice small yacht for about 70,000, and then you'll have enough money left over to run it for 3 years. Can someone help me out? I'm driving a normal Assetto Corsa and the suspension damage in the F1 car isn't working. What do you mean the suspension damage isn't working? You shouldn't be getting suspension damage. Oh yeah, I think you're right, Counter Debate. On this one, I'll agree with you. I definitely think if I was going to buy a luxury road car, I'd go for a Porsche. Hang on. Yeah, technically, if the suspension damage isn't working, then you haven't got suspension damage, or the suspension damage isn't working because you've got damage and the suspension isn't working. I don't know. I mean, in a Formula car, if you hit anything, either it's written off or it's not in most cases. Or if you pit and your team screws the bolt in incorrectly or it gets stuck, that's it. Race over. That's number one. Yeah, this car's way better than the other two. Who recommended the Bentley? You need to put your head in the microwave. You want your tyre to fall off? Well, that's not going to happen. I mean, I know that would be nice. That is pretty awesome about old driving games where wheels would fall off. They do in iRacing. But to be honest, normally when your wheel's falling off, it's because you've done something a little bit wrong. It's normally it's suboptimal when a wheel's come off your car. But not always, but most of the time. I mean, you know, if you're trying to rig the qualifying at Monaco, your wheel coming off is actually maybe ideal, but in most situations, wheel coming off's not good. Kunos recommended the Bentley. Kunos don't know how to make games anymore. What happened to Kunos? How can you go from Netcar Pro to Ferrari Virtual Academy to Assetto Corsa? Like, each game was like a holy religious experience. Each game was like a visitation from the force feedback physics gods. it was like a revelation from the Old Testament. How do you go from that to ACC, which isn't totally terrible, but what happened to, like, Kunos went from, like, producing the Grail. Imagine like a, it's like Gordon Ramsay, Eston Blumenthal 5-star restaurant, and then all of a sudden they open a McDonald's. How does that even happen? We've improved the signage, but the food is made out of minced cow testes. Hope you don't mind. Here's a Bentley that drives like a slab. Oh, thank you. You're the best. Wait and see. And this is all right though. If they just had the force feedback, I'd be like aroused. Has anybody lived near London with an AccuForce wheel? You can't say that, RS Virusso. That's subjective and incorrect. I have force and I'm accurate. What are you on about, random? Hey, look, it does look good if you've got like a beast PC. If you like smash up the graphics settings and you've got a really fast computer, that's quite nice. Especially different times of day and different weather. I mean, yeah, the Ilya's weather stuff and graphics stuff's amazing. Yeah, maybe it is now, only selling in America. The import fees are ridiculous. I'm using the Fanatec Podium wheel at the moment. There you go, RSV Russa. That's you can now be a full-time ACC live streamer, and you'll be invited to every event. That's the way to do it. You've got to be a vapid fan of everything you play. Wow, guys! Look at the tyre pressures. Look at it's so complicated. You can really tell the physics and the complexity. You can really tell because I read it in a developer release note. You can really tell. It's modelled so accurate for every single game. Ultimate Melissa 2 is the most realistic. The developer said so. iRacing, it's like driving the real car. The developer said so. Yes, they've worked with the team to laser scan the driver's toes. Oh, it's the most realistic laser scan car ever made. The developer said so. They've said that they've accurately measured the tyre forces within 3 psi of a Newton meters. Nat. It's perfect. Guys, R-Factor 2, it's got a 4,000 megahertz force feedback algorithm. Oh, it's perfect. It accurately simulates the time it takes to get to a racetrack before you can get on the track. Oh, it's perfect. It realistically simulates the propensity for expensive race cars to spontaneously break down by having the game crash at random. Perfect! Best simulator ever! Oh, can I buy 5 copies? You guys or everyone buy a copy? Oh, I justified my expensive equipment. Oh, he's loads out pedals. Ah! DD wheels! Motion rings! It's just like driving a real car. The developer told me in a release note. But the game's not fun. No, it doesn't matter. It's real. Buy. Subscribe. £4,000 a year. It's worse with flight sims though. Like, I take the piss out of driving sims, but flight sims it's worse. Oh, Boeing! This plane costs, it's £14 million in real life. Oh, it's only £300 for the mod that accurately simulates the dashboard on the panel, the cockpit. Wow, good value for money. Stop it. No, Fanatec is super chill. Well, maybe, I don't know, maybe we push the limit. But Fanatec have always been like, way like, they just like, they like people to be critical, and they're actually chill. I have good respect for the Fanatec peeps. Wipe your nose with your sleeve. To be fair, R-Factor 2 developers are actually super chill. So I actually have a big respect for the Studio 397 guys. I've chatted with, who's the guy that's in charge of R-Factor 2? And some of the other people that work, they're really chill, like they don't care. Say what you want about it. The developer doesn't get butthurt about it. So as much as we've written about R-Factor 2, I actually have quite a lot of respect for the developers. They're not as sensitive as some developers. I don't think they care. They use their stuff for esports things. It's used as a lot of pro simulator stuff. It's good enough for whatever they want to use it for. I don't care. Remember races, sims and games, enjoy. To be fair to Logitech as well, they were super chill. Despite my like rap song, I like chatted with some of the people at Logitech, like marketing to bit like PR stuff, and they were like really chill. So big up to Fanatec, Logitech, and R-Factor 2 devs for not being sensitive. Yeah, Marcel's sound. The website was not chill. Their server farm burnt to the ground. Well, they're definitely not using Amazon web scalable web hosting. Or maybe they are and there's some other aspect to it. Yeah, I mean, iRacing aren't particularly chill. They've got sensitive developers. I think most of Kunos are chill, but I think they also like, I don't know. Now they're like a publisher-owned company. It's like, it's just business, isn't it? I'm always getting slower. Oh yeah, it's a good point. We probably should do a lap. I was just cruising and chatting. Oh no. Did you managed to pre-order though? With the boost pack? And it's a shame that the boost pack wasn't like 100. I don't know how much it works out in pounds. But I think 130 just puts the boost pack at like, it sort of makes people go, ah. But if it's like 100, people are like, oh yeah. Do you know what I mean? There's like that. Obviously, they've had to choose the pricing based off profit margins and everything. So there's a reason. There's obviously a reason for these things, but it's annoying when pricing doesn't fall. Like it's like with the Logitech wheel. When they released the first Logitech G25, it was like $149.99, which is like such a good price. And then the new ones are like $230. It's like I always feel like when it's like, if it's like $149, it's great, or if it's like $199, but when you have to get past the £200 thing, it's like, wow, it's expensive. Do you know what I mean? It's like if you round it, you have to round up to like a 49 or a 99. That's my psychology of purchasing. Oh well, you know, there's no rush to get any equipment, Chris. You just wait, like, well, unless it's a graphics card. But like in general, just, you know, as long as you're not old and you're going to die, you got time to take it easy, haven't you? Yeah, it's all about those 99s, like a Cadbury's 99 flake. Oh, that's where it was at. They don't even cost 99p. What is that about? Why is a flake not 99? If it's a small ice cream with a flake in it, 99p is a reasonable price, and then you should be able to go, oh, I'd like a double 99, and it costs $1.99, or like maybe it's $2.99 for like a double flake, but what it really is a lot more ice cream and 2 flakes. So what you're doing is you're upselling, but the basic 99 flake should always, like a McDonald's cheeseburger, should always be like £1. Do you know what I mean? That really annoys me. That's worse than ACC's tire model. The 99 flake conspiracy. It's never been 99p, even as a child. Bloody lie. Captain Horrocks, the Elite's a good bit of kit, man. If you've got like a CSL Elite or whatever wheel and you're happy with it, don't upgrade. Like, if you're happy with what you got, be happy with what you got. Jedi mind tricks. Oh, now I want an ice cream. Right. Here we go, guys. How long is this race? Where's the race time? 15 minutes. Okay. It's not, is he? It's not. This is awful. Can't wait to get back in the ranked racing. Hello, Skull Sim Gear. Hey, guys. Welcome along. We're almost at 100 likes. I know, Izzy. What exactly? That's a very important philosophical question you've just raised. Is there any point to anything that's unranked? I rank everything. Yes, it was a lie just to lure you in, because I knew you shallow Ferrari fans would be aroused by the thought. What a jam. Whoa. Okay, here we go. What would it take, do you think, to get Kunos to make the force feedback in this game actually decent? Like, what would actually, like, maybe like a really good song? Maybe, what, I mean, do you know what I mean? If you're like, how could you get seat of the pants force feedback added to this? I did that. Have a rewind. That was my fault there. Shut up, counter debate. Should be. You could do a lot with music. A really good song about seat of the pants force feedback. Maybe if I could bribe Chris Hay to make a video as well. Oh. If I could get, I could bribe Chris Hay and he could talk very slowly and condescendingly about force feedback and the importance of seat of the pants whilst in your ears. People can't ignore Chris Hay. And then what else would you have to do? So a song, Chris Hay, bribery, Oh, we can get Sim Racing 604 to apologise to them. There must be a way. And we can find some real race drivers as well. And also get them to record them. To talk about the importance of seat of the pants. Now, they ignore letters. Developers can't be bothered to read letters. I know, because I used to be a developer and I get letters, I just throw them away. Could you please do this to your game? No. You have to be more Machiavellian than that. That's why people like post on forums. They're like, "Oh, well, would you please put this in the game?" It's like, no, they're not. You know, you have to like brake pedal feel. Well, that's part of force feedback, though. 7. Developers are too busy writing code and screaming about things not getting done in enough time and trying to make things just work. They haven't got time to actually listen to feedback. They're too busy having a meltdown. Whilst the publishers complaining about them not getting stuff done in time. Switch to a podium. Yeah, I'm on the podium now. I'm back on the podium. Mostly because a lot of people are asking the difference between a podium and a CSW, so I'll probably do a video on that. So I used the CSW DD for like a good week, probably about 40-50 hours of driving just to get a really good idea of what it's like. Hello? Random call sign. People were saying that you think the Lexus in ACC is good. Can you please explain yourself? I'm worried about you, Random. Some of your opinions on like driving simulator physics and force feedback really are like... Are you sure you didn't get COVID and get brain damage from it? I'm pretty sure you were... When we were in that hotel together naked, you seemed far more reasonable when it came to force feedback and physics. It's not a drift car. It's a sloppy bag of crap. It's got more suspension travel than a bloody hotel lift full of obese tourists jumping up and down. It's terrible. We AMS2. We just don't talk about that. Don't worry about that. It should still be there. Maybe it got flagged. Maybe Reza took it off the internet. Fair enough. I'm talking about body roll, not suspension from bumps. Don't tell me you can fix that with setup. I was using the aggressive preset. No, I think it's a DLC. I think if you've already got the full game, it's not too much. I think it's like a... Otherwise, it's a DLC that you pay for. And yeah, it's like 30 degrees now. I'm cooking. Hot in the UK. It was nearly 9 PM and the sun's still out. Tell you what would be interesting. Chili, can you do like a GT3 server in AC on Nürburgring? The exact same format as this, just mixed open GT3, so we can jump into AC and like see what the race is like. Random, there's no excuses. It's terrible. It's awful. It's like the Bentley. It's awful. Yeah, we've had like really... It's been really hot and sunny recently. No, he's terrible, Freaky Leak. It's one of the worst. I'm using the podium wheel now. Maros Hersovikai. It's not you, Random. You have terrible taste in cars. There's something wrong with you, man. I swear. I swear down, mate. How can you have such bad taste in cars? How is that even like... How many times were you dropped on the head as a baby? Oh, you guys. Just so depressing. It is when there's no bloody force feedback. And it's not a 1960s Formula car. Hello, Aaron Myers. ACC does this thing of when you get, if you go over the limit, it gets stuck in like this. It gets stuck in a over the limit slide. That's the ACC physics character. It's not a bad slide. It's not like an uncontrolled like. It's not like an iRacing you're dead slide though. It's just like nothing you do on the input will do anything for a bit slide, but it's okay. But it's a bit crap. Maybe the real cars do that as well. I wouldn't know, but it's definitely a character of ACC's physics that I don't particularly like. Yeah, Star Fox, because you can tell when you are as when you're effectively like the virtual Senna that I am, you could just tell straight away. You can just tell. I can drive within like 2 corners. I can tell if it's going to be an emotional drive, even with cold tyres. I can just tell. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Have you seen that Q dance thing? Dutch thing where they get the whole crowd to jump to the right, to the right, to the right, and then like 2,000 people all jumping the same way. I think people like ACC, right? Because it's easy to drive. It's easy to drive badly in it. Like, you can drive around the track with like really shit inputs, and it's kind of like, well, you know, you point it there and it goes there. Whereas with AC, the original AC, well, iRacing, you have to be shit hot at car control, and iRacing's physics because it's insane. So that's iRacing. With the original AC, you have to balance the car like you have to emotionally connect with the force feedback in the original AC. You know, you have to feel your way around the track. In ACC, you have to like imagine yourself as a concrete slab. What a fanboy. R Factor 2, yeah, R Factor 2 is kind of in between. R Factor 2 is sometimes quite really good. I would way rather have R Factor 2 physics in ACC than ACC physics and force feedback. That would be really good, actually. But then R Factor 2 gets stuck in like sloppy rotational slides at low speed. Yeah. I'm not saying it makes it better, or I'm not saying that being easier or harder makes it better or worse, but again, being easier or harder to drive can definitely help it being more or less popular, for sure. But that doesn't necessarily relate to realism, and that was the point there. It was more to do with realism. Like, just because it's easy or hard doesn't necessarily mean it's more or less realistic. Oh, thank you, Chili Dog. What a legend! Chili Dog, he makes servers happen. Chili Dog, oh cock. Come on, guys. He will get you spun. It wouldn't. The only reason we do this is to complain about physics. It's the only thing it's the only enjoyable thing in life, complaining about physics. Sloppy side? What's a sloppy side? We've had the replays for a while now. Tell you what, the next person that donates £5, they will be the sponsor of replays for the next week. Put their name on top of the replay. There we go, sponsored replay slot. Oh, it's too cheap, £5. Oh well, I've said it now. Someone with an account, Game of Muscle is shit. Donated. Those replays, sponsored by Game of Muscle is shit. Oh, I give you guys ideas. Right. Right, we're nearly done here. Thank you for subscribing. I always give it away too cheap. If I was a working lady, my prices would be too low. I should learn how to drive. Oh no! You not random call sign. Oh, you've broken my camera, random. You've broken my camera with that donation. My camera's flashing on and off. Oh right, that's it. Random call sign is now. That's $5, not pounds. But I'll give it to you. Random Call Sign's a sponsor of Game of Muscle replays. You shitter. Right. You've broken my camera. I'm going to turn it off. Right. Let me add the text here. How do you spell sponsored? Oh, I need to put a drop shadow on that because you can't see it. Bloody git. I hate YouTubers. Right, that should... Right, in theory... Let's see if it works. Yeah, I know the cam's broken, it's just... I just turned it off, I think it's overheating. Right. I'm alright, yeah, here we go. Let's see if this works. Oh, I've got to click off it. You're such an arse, Random. Oh no! Random replay. That didn't work. Oh, there we go. I'll just turn this off. There you go. So now every time we do a replay, it should say replay sponsored by Random Call Sign. There you go. Thank you for subscribing, Trevor. Is that acceptable, Random? Are you glad? Are you glad with wasting your money on this? I should put his logo on it, really. Right, results here. Well done. Well done. I can't see the results. It's broken. Well done, D. Austins, N. Hagasma, S. Hall, N. Stevenson, B. Simmers, E. Eurydice, and Giggredson. Well done, guys. We're going to go over to Assetto to compare the GT3, where you know what the answer is already. Been out with a couple of Harris Hawks. Nice. There's a... Why is this? Okay, I'll fix it. Give me... I'll make his text a different colour as well. It needs to be more clear. Right, AC, here we go. Yeah, I know the cam's broken. It's just, I just turned it off. I think it's overheating. Right. I'm alright, yeah. Here we go. Let's see if this works. That's alright. Didn't need to be fixed up. Yeah, I know the cam. Right, there we go. Yeah, well, it'll be updated when I click it because it has to render it. Should work now, though. How do you join? Well, you just search for servers. Search for Game of Muscle, it should be there. It's not working. Here we go. What was I driving? What was it? We were driving the Bentley before. There's no Bentley in this. Which is that the Aston Martin, right? No. It's a mystery. Ooh! Ooh!
Ooh, what could it be? What could it be? Ooh.
Right, we'll go for this. This is a very tense moment. Groundhog Day. That's every live stream here. Right. Slick soft. So look at this. Look at this user interface. This peak. This is a user interface designed for people with a mouse. Can you imagine that? Imagine designing a user interface on a PC game to be used with a mouse. A handy device that's really good for clicking on things. Why? Well, I mean, don't call me a bit weird, but surely it's almost bizarre, isn't it, that designing a user interface to use a mouse on a PC. Obviously not good for cross-platform, but what can I say? Ah, ah, ah! Already loading up at the pits. It does. It looks like a Japanese camcorder interface. That is true. Ah. Ah. Ah, all this detail. Oh, it's beautiful. It's like I can feel the car. Ah, all the subtlety. Oh, on the braking, the loading up of the car on the brake, so you can tell if you're pushing the brake pedal enough. And the subtle loading up as the nose goes in. Ah. Ah. Oh, and feeling the exact point when you can turn the wheel to know if you're turning it too much or if you've got the actual limit. Oh man, and you can turn the force feedback down because the detail's so strong. Ah. Ah. Oh my god, all the track details as well. Oh, look at the frame rate. 150 FPS. Look at the shadow and how crisp it is on the dash. Look at the interior cockpit. Oh, look at the steering wheel that lines up with my rear wheel steering wheel perfectly as I go too fast into the corner. Ah. 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 Oh, this is so good. It's like oh, you using a direct drive wheel that costs way too much money for a for a piece of for a toy, but it's worth it because look what you get. Ah, it's emotional, guys. Actual engine sounds surprisingly good with this car. Set some of that TC down. No, it's just this is just the in-game force feedback. It's beautiful, guys. It's so good. do you mean it sounds bland? This sounds pretty decent to me. Can't we get AC? You can get AC Ultimate Editions really cheap. Hello, T-Bone. See, the thing is, the actual tyre physics are not that different. Well, I mean, this doesn't get stuck in those slides that ACC does. And ACC has a tighter envelope to its tyre grip. The grip fall off is less aggressive in AC. It's just the force feedback is like so much more detailed. That's the thing. That's what you need. That. The AMG. Password is T, I think. Yeah, might be in capital letters. There you go. Thank you, Chili. Cut my tyres. Oh, I've lost my wheels. We lost the wheels. Anything good going? I'm not sure. Let's put the mediums on here. This is why am I so, because you can't, because the force feedback doesn't tell you like the load. There's no like load in to the limit in ACC for the front or the rear. It's like you've gone over the limit and it pulls it back straight. Well, the rear correction is pretty good in ACC for like, it's always sort of correcting the self-aligning the car. That's very strong, and I think that's why people think it's got really good force feedback, because if you're relatively new to sim racing, that's the first thing that people tend to struggle with, is like understanding the rear of the car in the sim. And also it's something that just means, you know, if you lose the rear of the car, you crash. So that force feedback is probably the first most important fit, like, until you've actually learned to have a good sense of physics in a sim, having the force feedback automatically correct the rear of the car is a very handy thing to have. That works well in ACC, but where you don't get information is for like how much grip is on the front as you're approaching the limit, or are you approaching the rear? Are you approaching the limit, or are you actually holding it on the limit? Yeah, get AC Ultimate Edition. I mean, you might as well get ACC as well. I've still had lots of good racing in ACC. It's not terrible. Mercedes-Benz. ACC does a much better job of having a server with like lots of cars in it, and it runs smoother when you've got lots of cars than AC. AC slows down a bit when you get lots of cars in it. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it, Jake? I don't know why what that's about. I've got Soul and Shader Patch. Don't know if I've got Shader Patch turned on though. I might do. This whole app system in AC of selecting the apps from a sidebar using your mouse as well. It's like, that is like on another level better to ACC. Like, as a feature, having all your apps that you customly choose to install and be able to drag them wherever you want straight away, like, how much better is that? We have to, PC games have to pay so much for peasantry. Console peasantry ruining everything. It does mean more sales. More people buy steering wheels, you know. It's good for the industry. Good for the sim industry. That's esports. Good for the sim industry. Bad for the majority of players. Microsoft Flight Sim. Wow, you say that? Microsoft Flight Sim has some bloody weird things. AC is sold as your racing simulator. ACC is sold as not your racing simulator. I'd say AMS2 force feedback has more range and detail than ACC force feedback, but AMS2 physics are just all over the bloody shop. So ACC has way more predictable car physics than AMS2. I do not know what's going on with AMS2 for the most part. Like, the cars just seem very agitated. They're like, one moment they're like really pliable, and then they're not really pliable in another way, and then it's like the physics just seem very inconsistent. I'm using the podium right now. I'm going to tattoo that on my forehead. No, Mini Ninja, you're only allowed to like one thing. Yeah, the new force feedback in Race Room is fantastic, but I'm not really allowed to say much. I just say, like, I think most people will really enjoy it. I think most people should be hyped for it. Hype! I'm quite a fan of Race Room though, so maybe I'm a bad person to... AC puts Gamer Muscle in a good mood. No, I've got my iced coffee here. We've got a plane in Microsoft Flight Sim I need to fly. So we need to do that. It's getting late. But I didn't sleep last night, so... I wish the player in AMS2 had the same mass as the AI. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Race Room used to do that. I mean, personally, I don't really like... AI racing. Captain Harlocks, you treat them as... Yeah, I mean, you could... The thing is, I'm perfectly happy to treat sims as different sims. So, like, Race Room, iRacing, AC... and ACC and everything. Like, I treat them all as totally different sims. I don't expect them to all be the same, but you need force feedback, like, that tells you. So with IRFFB, it tells you. Without it, it doesn't. Without IRFFB, iRacing is pretty much as bad as AC, if not worse in many ways, because it's less forgiving at the limit. It's like, if you're gonna spend a bloody £1,000 on a steering wheel, you better use it. It's like, why? Hello, Ash Hobson. Bloody Wreckfest has better force feedback than ACC for telling you what's going on. I don't have friends to race with. I'm a bold YouTuber who sips sweet tea, but I'm not famous. Well, you go and subscribe to you, Michael Schumann. I mean, to be fair, I'm not famous either. As I say, I like to think of this channel as being the least successful YouTube channel. Hello, Axel Osterberg. Welcome back, man. He's come back for more punishment. Honestly, I can't think of another YouTube channel that's as unsuccessfully successful. Like, most other channels are actually considered successful. They're in the same sort of, you know. Oh dear. Any tips for your first time on AC in 4 minutes? Just make sure your wheels are set up to the same degrees as the game. Make sure the force feedback's not clipping. You can use plus and minus on the number pad to turn the force feedback strength up and down. That's about it, really. Most of it's pretty like just jump in and drive. Yeah, has to alright, don't they, considering? It's not even C-list, Star Fox. We're like X-list. We're not even on the list. How do you go about the tyre temps? I don't know. I'm shit at that kind of stuff. To be honest, it's mostly the defaults and stuff in AC for basic driving. If you want to be competitive, just if you're racing online with other people, just ask them and go, oh, what settings are you using, and just steal their settings until you get a hang of it. It's probably the best way to do things. And then you'll see. So like in ACC, it's like you want to get, I think it's like 27.5 PSI or something, or I don't know. That's what you want to aim for the tyres in the GT3 cars. You just ask it in chat for each thing, and there'll be people that have wasted their lives playing that sim that will give you the answers. I think Fanatec just feels sorry for me, to be honest. They're like, that poor, pathetic British guy. I guess we'll humour him. ACC, I get AC, I don't. What? JK. Woo, woo, woo. How dare you say? How can you not get AC? Did you start with ACC? It's corrupted your brain. You've got ACC rot. Here we go. Starting in 7th. Like a pro. I'll shake a tea can for free gear or early access. Just make reviews, man. Like that's the best way to build up an audience. All my most successful videos were always like review videos. Because people type it in Google. They're like looking for... They don't know if they should waste their money or not, so they type it in and then your video comes up. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the tyre temperatures are realistic or not in either sim. I'd imagine that stuff like PSI and tyre temperatures are better simulated in ACC. I don't know. Probably true. Maybe I take it really seriously, but I pretend not to, as a way to negate the lack of success. Is the new Fanatec DD wheel worth upgrading from the G29? Yeah, it's a big upgrade from the G29, but it's also like 3 times more expensive. But yeah, it's good. It's a nice bit of kit. It's a huge difference between a G29 and a CSL DD, Just as there's quite a big difference between a G29 and a T300, to be honest. Favourite what AC's like in a league of its own for out and out driving physics and force feedback. But I tend to enjoy playing the most AC, race room and iRacing are what I tend to play the most. You have a country American accent. Just put on a fake. Hello, I'm Sir Michael Schumann from London. Oh, that's going to blow your tits off, Bomb Phonics. You'll love it, man. Did you get it with the booster power pack, or did you get the basic power pack? Because it's much better. Like, the wheels just better with the booster pack. I think DD wheels in general like to have more power. I think it's just how it is. Right. Also, thanks to everyone that used my Fanatec affiliate, because there are quite a few people buying with that. Thank you. Thanks for paying my bills. Just got to wait for a second round to pre-order. Fair enough. Is it worth the old CSL pedal to the new ones? Not if your old ones are working. I don't think... I've not used this... Oh no, the CSL Elites you're on about. They're really good. They're fine. The CSL Elite pedals are great. If your kits work... Like, if your pedals are working, they're working. You don't need to change. I think so, Thomas. I'm not sure. I think it is. It doesn't always track, so, you know, but most of the time it does, so. It's like that with it, my Amazon affiliate as well. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, I appreciate people that click on it either way. You're jumping shit from Thrustmaster to Fanatec. Oh, no. Once you get into Fanatec ecosystem, you're trapped for life. They don't put that on the box. They don't warn you. You're like, oh, I'll just get a wheelbase and a wheel. Ooh, look at that other wheel. I'll just get another wheel. Ooh, look at those lead cell pedals. Ooh. Yeah, well, I mean, the V3s are fine. I definitely think the Husingvelds are better than the V3s, for sure. Like, these pedals I'm using. I don't think this... Is that working? No, it's not. I've broken my camera. The pedals I'm using, the Husingveld, the Mecha Cup pedals are much better than the V3s. So yeah, I mean, it's just another category of pedal though. Hopefully Fanatec do some like podium pedals. I'm like debating whether or not to get a motion rig. Like a D-Box style motion rig. Partly to review, but also I kind of like I have used like quite a few D-Box motion rigs and I did really enjoy the experience. Whoa, too much. Yeah, I would run it really minimal though. I don't know if I'd use it whilst live streaming. Ah! I don't know, Kyle, no. You'd expect them to, like they did, you remember that CSL Elite F1 Esports, that sort of thing? I think that's where the CSL DD will really sort of come into its own when they start doing the bundle type things. Like, as I say, with the CSL Elite, when it was on its own, it was like fine, but that F1 Esports bundle, I think you've got the brake and accelerator pedal, in a single thing. Yeah, brake and accelerator pedal, and you got the steering wheel. Bloody hell. And it was for like a nice package price. Alright, Michael Schumann. Thanks for popping in. Oh dear. Without IRFFB, it's not that different. Maybe a little bit more information. With IRFFB, you can feel the rear a lot better, but the iRacing's Thai model is mental, so. And this is quite a ploughy car. It shouldn't be dusty down here. I've got aircon on. It should be filtering all the dust out of the air. It's got like a HEPA filter and everything. Oh! iRacing's alright, but if you want to get into it properly, you're talking like £300 to really get into it. £350 for the first year. This car is such a tank. Alright, Ash, have a good one. Don't crash too many trees. Oh, come on. Bloody GT3 cars. Well, that's probably the case if you're new to Sims, Andrew. That's probably the case with all Sims, to be honest. You're probably better off grabbing a specific car and focusing on it. It's a shame in ACC there's no skid pad track. Well, there's one in iRacing. I don't know if there's one in the public version of Race Room. There's obviously mod tracks for AC, but the best thing to do as well is to like get a car and learn how to drift it, even if it's a race car. Oh, it's really good in this, Nikolai. You should be able to drift a car, like all race cars and everything, and always feel comfortable controlling it, and then you dial it down. And the first sector's alright on this. Mako Aki. The arena corner's great. Maybe not so much with GT3 cars, but with more nimble cars. I mean, I definitely think GT3 cars they're not so bad in race room, but in general I think GT3 cars are probably some of the worst race cars for actual racing. Unfortunately, I mean in real life I think they're probably great. Like the experience of driving one in real life would be amazing, but in Sims I think they just don't translate so well. Oh yeah, that's really fun to do racing in that. GTE's the same. It's just because they're very heavy cars, I think. LMP's good. The GT3 and GT are okay in R Factor 2. It's hard to know how much of it's due to simulators. I think I prefer GT3 cars in R Factor 2 than even in AC. Hello, PG. I'm going to have a soft foam in a minute. Stephen Hall photography in front of us. Yeah, well, LMP cars get into that speed of car where everyone has to be within like a metre of the brake point, otherwise everyone's just going to crash into each other. And you have to have you have to have done a certain amount of practice to get to that point. Like if a driver brakes way too early, then you can't anticipate that. I just think because GT3 cars are so sluggish, like in real life, the experience of the G-forces being sat in a car, like, makes up for the fact that they're relatively sluggish cars. Like, they would feel like absolutely amazing in real life. But in a sim, it's like you need things to be even more raw to make up for how bland driving simulators are, if that makes sense. Sims are so disconnected. Like, if you've ever been like in a shit go-kart, or go mountain biking. Mountain biking is like 1,000 times more intense than playing a driving simulator, even with a DD wheel and a motion ring. And mountain biking is, on the grand scheme of things, mountain biking is very tame compared to driving even a go-kart. It's like it's like the difference between using a real gun and playing an FPS, I've not really done proper downhill mountain biking. I've only ever like jumped off flights of steps, and I've gone down like tracks and things, but yeah, not a proper downhill track. Well, I've gone down a few. I've not gone down them quickly, that quickly. I'm too scared. I like Radical's track day cars, stuff that's light with a little bit of downforce. So that you've got enough downforce to drive through corners, like like Spa, the long corners. Enough downforce so that the car sticks on the high-speed corners, but not too much downforce, so you're still balancing them. To be fair, the F2 cars are really good. Radical F2. I like Skippies. I like vintage cars, 1960s cars, Formula cars. What do I think about the 911 Cup in ACC? I just, the force feedback doesn't tell me what the car's doing, so I just find it a bit boring. Oh yeah, but the 911 Cup though, I would say it's probably one of the better cars in ACC. But it is very sluggish. Everything feels quite sluggish in ACC. For whatever reason, maybe I don't know if it's force feedback or the physics, or it just comes across as sluggish to me. We're locked out of ACC multiplayer. You just need to get your track medals. Man, this... I'm struggling to get this car to bite. Need to tweak the setup a bit. Need a bit more front downforce. Maybe a bit lower on the front, a bit higher on the rear. Maybe stiffen the... loosen the front ARB. And open up the diff coast. That would help. You see, even with this, I think this is a problem with GT3 racing. You end up with very spread out grids between the people that can drive GT3 cars immaculately because there's a very small window of operation, and then the people that can't. GT3 seems to do that, like... Hello, Floor Martins. Yeah, it's got that same issue that you have with the slower cars, where if you lose... It's almost like the Skip Barber problem, where if you lose the car in front, or the pack, you're done. Obviously, that's going to be the case with all cars to some extent, but, you know, some things do it... that's more of an issue than others. Rob Mitchell behind us here. I'm just sliding around all over the place. Yeah, we're getting getting into massive drifts. It would be really interesting to see with ACC what it'd be like with other cars, because like the GT4 cars are a lot better for racing, and they've also got better force feedback than the GT3 cars. So I do wonder with ACC if the same physics engine, if they had like actual race cars like the Titus or something, how much better it would be. So even if they use Unreal Engine for AC2, whoa, hello, there's a possibility they might be okay. I want to do some flight sim, Chili Dog, I think, because I'm... I guess we could stay in AC. A nice chilled out flight sim. Maybe fly across the channel. What do you think? Does anybody want to fly a plane across the channel with me? Little channel crossing. Nice and relaxed. Is that too much? Is that a bad idea? Oh, it's a good idea. I don't know, CB. Oh, Jesus Christ, Chili Dog. Oh, he's gone drift entry. Ah, 5th place. Ooh. Okay. That was alright. I don't think I'm a big fan of this car. Should have gone... What are we doing next? GT4 in AC. Okay. Go for it. Oh no, Thomas Smith's left. He's probably booted up Flight Sim. Who's listening? He's like, oh, Flight Sim. No, sorry, Thomas. Adam B6 in first. Edward Brewers in second place. Thomas Smith in third. Get Brexit done in 4th place. In 5th place, it's Mr. West, James West. From the West, in 6th place, it's Rob Mitchell. Rob Mitchell. Stephen Hall in 7th. Right. Well, this car wasn't the best. Wasn't the best. All right. Thank you, Captain Horlocks. Simi's going to be the first person to electrocute himself to death with a CSW. We found dead in his seat. Everyone's been playing too much. Everyone's been having soft foams. I'm having a soft foam. Sweet corner. No fat, no saturates, no sugar, no salt. Let's go for it. I'm ready for my soft foam delight. I'm imagining these are they smell terrible. They smell a bit like Haribo and licorice. Does it say it's not artificial? It's got sativia in it. Oh, these are definitely soft and foamy. What? That's due to oh, that's a bit crap. Flag till the morning. Oh, do you mean like 2 AM in the morning? Or are they just going to restart the race? Do you remember that year when, I don't know if it was the 24 Hours of Nords or when it just rained like mentally? I think that was, or it might be in Le Mans. I've got a new server coming up here. 6 in the morning? What? Oh, Jesus. Fail. Well, that kind of ruins the race. Are they just going to restart the race and are they going to, are they pause the time? Have they paused the timer or how are they doing it? Like, what's happening with it? Are they going to resume and take the 6 hours off, or are they going to... Oh, time's running. Well, that's a bit rubbish. Oh, that's it. The mental hailstorm that just, like, within the course of half an hour, there was, like, 4 years' worth of weather in half an hour. It's insane. Like, trees were, like, falling down. Well, that might make the racing a bit more mental, so... That soft foam tasted like a cigarette. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Hijinks. Well, oh yeah, I forced Thomas to buy the high power CSLDD. I influenced him. Oh, here we go. What's going on here? Okay. Alright, Drunken Bus. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks everyone for watching so far. Give us a like if you want. Whoa! Yeah! He's got 183 people watching me. But how many click the like? Only 150. Everybody needs to click that button. It's the button with the thumb pointing in the air. It's a like button. If you click that button, your life is a fail. Living life like a homeless snail. Very slow. Speed it up. Who's in the chat? Let's call out the names. It's CB, Bad VR, Drunken Bus, Star Fox, Thomas Schmidt, and Chris Bow, Ode, Sim Racing Eurovisionist, Shumi is King, Mad Rat 205, and Paul Smith, he's a Smith, Paul Smith on a chimney stack, taking down the bricks. Brick attack. And Chris. Paul Smith throwing bricks at Chris. His icon looks like Theresa May. She's rolling around naked in the hay. Oh, the music stopped. So is the rap. Hello, Paul Smith. How's it going? He streamed earlier. All right, Paul. I'm Paul McCartney, and I'm from the Beatles. Hello, Just Chris. Hello. Are you looking for calming live streamers that play train simulators and do commentary work for RaceSpot TV? Well, you need to head over to Smileable on Twitch with your favourite commentary presenter, Paul Smith. Thursday nights, Paul Smith will be live streaming from a Midlands chimney stack in Moira Furnace live stream. I'd pay for that. Ah! Oh, hello! Is that a renewal or is that a new channel member? I need to recheck my stats here. Was that a huge error? Well, we know what you got to do. What happens here? DD girl with the DD wheel. What a babe, what a beauty, what a sexy lady. It's a DD girl with the DD wheel. Beautiful, perfectly formed servo legs. DD girl, put your hands in the air for the servo lady. DD girl with the DD wheel. JK's a miserable. And yes, it's true, it's a DD. Oh. Put a DD girl in your bathtub. She's so sexy. You will miss the chorus and forget the words of this ludicrous song. DD girl with the DD wheel. What a babe, what a beauty, what a sexy lady. It's a DD girl with the DD wheel. Double DD servo motor legs. AccuForce, SimuCube, Fanatec, SimMagic, CSL, DDs. That's what she gives birth to. DD girl, beautiful, powerful lady. Thank you. Thank you for that. She's lowered her rates. Has she? 129. Oh, hang on. Sorry, guys. We've had some people leave us. Due to my lack of live streams, I've been penalised. And we're back to 129. So despite going up, we've actually gone down. And I can't, my hands aren't working. Thank you for your... Okay, throw that on the floor. Thanks for your membership. 129, please. Cashier number 4. Hello, Brad. Oh, here we go. People, thank you, German weather. I knew that praying to the weather gods would pay off. Right. We fixed sap in here. Oh, look at this. Look how crispy it looks. You research everything carefully before I go plugging third-party PSUs into it. Yeah, maybe I would have thought if I was Fanatec, because obviously Chinese companies tend to rip stuff off and offer other solutions. if I was Fanatec, I would probably find some way to modulate the power that goes through it, like some additional layer of modulation that the base picks up on to only accept that power supply. That's what I would do if I wanted to make it so that only my power supplies could be used with it. I don't know what other ways you can, unless there was another data line, which I don't think there is with power supplies generally, and also that'd be something that's probably prone to break. I remember back in like the 2000s when they're talking about modulating internet connections through power cables, and now quite a lot of people use that. To be honest, it's with the way these hardware works, it's like you might as well just use the official thing, and then you can sell it. You're not going to avoid the warranty. You're not going to avoid the warranty. Like you just get the proper equipment, and then it's going to hold its price, isn't it? Because it's already being sold at a very competitive price point. So there's no real point of like trying it. It makes sense to do it with like OSWs and like, yeah, I mean, if someone was like really price sensitive and they were like, right, I really want to get absolute stonking INDD wheel, well, you just get like a Simucube 2 or an OSW or something custom. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's what you mean, CB. Yeah, I'm not saying don't play. I'm not saying don't hack and play around with it. I'm just saying like, out of devices to do it with, it's not really the most sensible device to do it, outside of the fun of pissing around with stuff. But I've already been cloned. Game of Muscle spelt with a Z and a P. Hello! Ah, welcome! Tea time! Rip off Game of Muscle. You can't rip me off. I'm a unique unit. I'm already broken. You can't clone this. I'm clone proof. You wouldn't want to rip me off. Oh dear, joking. This car handle's nice. I think that's a really good thing with sim racing gear though, because it is annoying that it is very expensive, but it doesn't tend to wear out, and it does sell for the price that you buy it for, which is actually quite rare for tech stuff. Like that's not the case with graphics cards, monitors, or even like games consoles, or even the only other gaming devices like that is probably like DDR dance mats and maybe like light guns or fight sticks as well. Like, hello Robin, DG. Yeah, fight sticks are really good for holding value. Do any of you do dance DDR? I always wanted a dance mat, but they've all got issues. They're all crap. All the home ones, apart from the original arcade machine ones, but even they break in certain ways. But well, yeah, in 2009 to 12, there was a lot of like stuff around OSW direct drive wheels. Band Hero? What's that? Is that like Guitar Hero? Or is that the one where you can use a real guitar? How much are 1080 Ti's going for at the moment? Because I've got one of them in a PC and I'm hardly using it. Oh no, I seem to have a line in the middle of my screen. I hope my monitor's not broken. I seem to have a light, or maybe it's the car. I have a very subtle difference in colour when turning. It might be the overdrive of the monitor. Let's turn it down. £700. Oh, time to sell it. Our laptop's hard to buy at the moment as well. I'd really like to get like a Dell, one of the newer Dell XPS laptops. We'll see. Charity raffle. You're not allowed to do that. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, about that G25 overclock mod. I'm deeply offended, Bill. Yeah, look, we've got to line it when it's dark. Or maybe that's a shader patch thing. Weird. It's not doing it in the light, it's just the dark sections. Yeah, I mean, I'm really offended that you guys would rather watch real cars on the best track in the world than me, than a bold man playing driving sims. It's just really, you know, really offensive. Here I am, wasting my life. In my games from 300 years ago. Who's after this? Where shall we? I think I might do the flight sim after this. I think we might go. I think we might fly across the channel. What do you guys think? I've got a plane that goes about 150 miles an hour, so it shouldn't take too long. We could fly from Dover to Calais, or like what would be like a really good bit of scenery to fly over? Could do like 300 miles. What's about 250 miles long and spectacular to look at? Because I mean, sea is not the most spectacular thing to look at. Fly over Dartmoor. Yeah, it's not. Grand Canyon is not that good to fly over in Microsoft Flight Sim. Well, it's nice to fly over, but we've already done it a few times. I think I don't think it's that good in Microsoft. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but we've done that. We've done that kind of debate. We could fly around some volcanoes or something. What about Vesuvius? I don't think they've got erupting volcanoes in Microsoft Flight Sim. Yeah, maybe the Himalayas would be alright. How about? Oh no, the Pacific Rim of Fire is quite spaced out. Mount Etna, yeah, we could do that. We could fly from. Look at me. We could fly from. what's it called? Mount Rainier to Mount Etna. That's about 100 miles, 80 miles. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Let's do that. Let's fly from Mount Rainier to Mount Etna, or the remains of Mount Etna, and then maybe we can fly around the Lake District. We've got this race first. Hello, Niels Hussingveld. He's got the pedals. He's from Holland. It's Niels Hussingveld. In the house, the man. He makes your cars drive real good. Niels Hussingveld. All hype. All hail. Niels. With the pedals. He's got load cells. Okay, I'm done. Hussingveld. How's it going, man? What was your suggestion before we started singing? I get excited for Niels. Good looking guy, Niels. And he sings. What did you say before I started singing? Where's Groningen Airport? I will fall asleep. don't open your mouth here. Fool. I'm too tired to rap your name. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. This singing's been really bad today. Shill warning. A set of Hussingveld ultimates for the winner of the race. Oh dear. I don't even know where Groningen is. Holland's so small, you could fly over it in like a... What, like 200 knots? You're going to fly over Holland. Like, you can drive through Holland in like 2 hours. You can fly over it in 30 minutes. I like how if you're going to Germany, you can drive through France, Holland, and Belgium within like 40 minutes. It's pretty crazy how close all those borders are. It's like if you're going through the Midlands, you can go through Leicestershire, Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire, and Staffordshire. You can do that in like probably like 15 minutes. 4 counties. Imagine if we had like the laws in the UK like America. You could commit a crime in every county and just keep driving. They'd never catch you. That's why Robin Hood was in Nottingham. You could send a winner your old DD base. I imagine Fanatec might be a little bit annoyed if I did that. Going to grab some tea and come back for the flight. Alright, nice one, man. Right, 15 minutes of Brands Hatch. I'm starting now. I'm going to get a 3rd place. I'm going to really try for this one. Brands Hatch, GT4. It's where it's happening. It's magic. I tell you, I really want to get some gliders going in Microsoft Flight Sim. Because I'm thinking of doing some real world gliding. So I think it'd be awesome to play gliders a fair bit in Microsoft Flight Sim, totally ruin myself, and then go and do real gliding and see how, like, if the simulator has, like, made me crap at the real thing. I think it'd be really fun. Might die, but it'd be good fun. James of Lockley. Well, if you're ever in Nottingham, you need to go to the caves there. I got the Eurofighter Typhoon JK, but I've got the Orbex today just launched a new plane. It's some like British research aircraft, which is like a helicopter cockpit bolted onto a plane. That is true, Nigel. $65 gig update. Maybe you didn't have the. They've actually added compression to it, so the game file size should be smaller now. That was the last update. Yeah, it's a shame that pilot licenses are so expensive to get. It'd be really nice to have enough, like, if it wasn't so expensive, so you could be like, right, like, let's say it was like £300 to rent an aeroplane. Let's say it costs like £5,000 to get a pilot's license, or even more than that. Say it was like £8,000 to get a pilot's license. And then, but then let's say once you got your pilot's license, you could rent a plane for like £300 for half a day or a day. Then it'd be like, actually, you could beat out public planes and cars and stuff. Like, it would be cost effective. Because you'd be like, well, I'm going to go to Germany, I'll just get in my plane. if you wouldn't want changes to your pilot. I'd be alright as a real world pilot because I'm absolutely terrified of flying, so I'm very attentive. Maybe once I got used to it, it'd be terrible, but when I've been in real planes, I'm terrified of. I don't like heights, so, and I don't like the idea of something flying into me. So I'm very aware of things. I find the imminent fear of death kind of gets your senses going a little bit. I think someone recently told me you could fly to from UK to the Nordschleife on a private, like a Cessna, for like £400. I think it was. They said it would cost about that. So you can fit 5 people in a Cessna at a squeeze, or like four people including the pilot. So if you divide that between everyone, but that's only one way, that's not too bad. But the problem is in like a Cessna, you can't be reliant on the weather, and that is a big factor of it. It's about £70, £80 by car. I don't know, maybe like 120 by car. And fuel, yeah, from London to the Nürburgring, I think is about £120 in fuel. Oh no! Oh god! Oh bugger me arse! Can you restart the race, Chili? Can we have a restart? I couldn't avoid that. It's almost like there's a pedal that you can use to slow the car down. That if I'd have pushed it, we might have got away with that. Whoops. Oh yeah, well they do say you're supposed to have like... The amount of margin for error you have with fuel is really high. Like you overfuel a lot. Oh, what a hack, thank you. Well, it costs like, what, £60 to drive from London to Newcastle, I think. Was that like there and back? Can't remember, last time I did it was a long time ago. Yeah, I don't know. How much did it cost to go to Newcastle and back from London? How much would you say it is? Like 50? Or is it more than that? With you driving, it's going to cost like 100 quid. 120. Driving like a rally driver. Oh, fair enough. Don't know where I'm getting my numbers from. Newcastle to London, 40 quid. Is that return? I don't know what fuel prices are now. Everyone I know at the moment that I see regularly drives like proper slow cars, like, you know, Vauxhall Adams and what have you. Plus you can buy some. Plus they'll give you the car for free. What's a gallon? What's a gallon in litres? What about those eco cars that can do like 200 miles on like a pint? The only thing that you need to know is how much does it cost to do that journey in a Skoda City Go? That's all that matters. I'm definitely. I think I'm pretty much going to get a Skoda City Go. I think that's what we're. That's the car we're going to be settling on. £3 grand. I think they're more than that. They're like 4.5, 5 grand for a Skoda City Go. That's okay. Drive to Poland, pick up DD Gill. I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I think it's one of the lower brackets. The whole car transport thing is self-employed is like a bit of a mess. Like you can there's ways to do it as like a capital expense and things, but it's easier if you're registered as a limited, sure. But as a self-employed person, it gets a bit of an arse. There's some simplified expenses stuff you can do, but I wouldn't be able to. The car itself, I don't think I'll be able to write off as a business expense. Maybe I'd have to write it up as a sim rig. I'd have to get an accountant that was shit hot that would argue it for me if it ever. I wouldn't do it myself. There's some arguments you don't want with the tax man. See, but I don't think the electric car thing will fall on its arse, to be honest, especially for people that do commuting. And also when I think garages and stuff realise how much money they can make by getting people to charge their cars there and have food and everything. Also, the amount of people that buy electric cars that have garages and things, like electric cars are gonna be huge. I mean, they already are. There's only the part of the market that live in terraced flats and terraced houses and stuff. There needs to be more infrastructure for them. But other than that, but even in that scenario, that's where like people can just be ripped off by charging points and supermarkets and things. The problem is like even if you do street lights, so you can branch off electricity from street lights and use that part of the grid, but you can only have 2 electric car chargers per junction box of street lights. So like literally per street of electric lights, basically, you can have 2 car chargers. Whereas obviously there'd be like 40 plus cars on the street. I think it'll be the thing for commuters. And people that go into near cities, just as like smaller cars became, you know, like these sort of Fiat 500s, Skoda Citigo, Vauxhall Adams, Ford cars and stuff. There's like shitloads of them. Also, the big thing with electric cars isn't really the fuel saving. I mean, that's a big part, but the big thing is just like the lack of like oil and radiators and all the other crap that's involved with a car that you just don't have in an electric car. So it's like the old DD wheel thing versus belt-driven wheels. It's just much less mechanical complexity. Because there was this whole thing initially with electric cars about people going, oh no, the batteries, they won't last, they'll be like laptops. And it turns out that the car companies are like mentally conservative with how warm they allow the batteries to get and how they discharge the power and everything. Because the car companies were shitting themselves over people going, oh, I'm not buying an electric car because the batteries don't do it. So they were like overly conservative. This is my understanding from my research of it. So the big thing is people thought, oh well, you know, you'll have an electric car, it'll be like a laptop. The second-hand market won't be decent enough. But it turns out like second-hand electric cars, even now at this point in time, are actually working out reasonably okay. Because that's where obviously with cars, the second-hand market is really, really important. Also, I think there's a lot of profiteering that can be made from electric cars. So that'll be a motivation to push that. I think we've culturally got past this sort of range anxiety thing though, so that there was this whole thing where it was like, oh, an electric car needs to be able to do 240 miles, otherwise it'll run out of electricity and you'll be like stuck, or you'll have to keep charging it. And I think people realised, oh, actually, you just don't need that. Like, if you can half charge a car in an hour, if you're doing a longer journey, and then if you're mostly using that car to go to work, and it's, you know, sort of like an hour-long journey, 2-hour journey max, and you can charge at work as well. I think I can't remember what it was I was reading it in, but a lot of people only charge their electric car basically twice a week. So, and I think people are, then that means that people go, well, they don't worry too much about the range thing, because that was definitely like 3+ years ago. That range thing was definitely. You would think of it and you go, well, with a petrol car, even if I can't find I can always find a fuel station. I'm never going to be able to not use it. I'm not saying they're perfect, but I just think when you factor in all this stuff, it actually turns out to be pretty decent. And the biggest thing I think is the lack of things to break on them. I'm not sure if this is correct, but I think I read somewhere that the regenerative braking ends up being a lot less harsh in terms of tyre wear and things as well. I would have thought with a fuel car anyway, there's probably other things that negate that, and I imagine electric cars are heavier, so they probably wear tyres worse than fuel cars, but I don't know. Personally, I was quite sceptical of electric cars, but then having read like a lot of the pros and cons in different studies, they actually do, I think, genuinely do seem like a very compelling thing for a lot of people in most situations. Yeah, but Patrick Pereira, it depends on like how much you would spend on fuel and stuff as well, and then how long it lasts. bloody mental. $20. We want a here's Neil's. We want
What is the motive behind this
25,000 kilogram load cell electric.
Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessities.
Thank you very much, Bill Bloodshed. That's a teapot donation. Thank you very much, man. Absolute legend. Oh, well, you could say legend. Total madman encouraging this debauchery. Thank you very much. Let's try not to crash. What were you saying? Oh, also, thanks for the kind words there. What are you saying, Niels? You personally want like an SUV type car, or you're mocking people that want one? I'm confused. Comment too big. Brain cannot. Memory buffer overflow. You're keeping your V8 till the end. Well, I am personally going to buy a Formula 1 car to drive to Tesco's. Just get him a milk. Fortunately, Tesco's is mostly full of old people that are already deaf. Oh, 2.5 ton car to transport 80 kilograms of people. Yeah. You should all be driving those, what are those French cars that are like the really tiny, they're like 2-seater with like a motorbike 20cc engine in them. Niels has put a 300 kilogram load cell in his road car. Unfortunately, he has to go to the doctor regularly for knee surgery. Comes up to the traffic light. Every time a cyclist wants to go in front of him. Excuse me, why did you run over? I can't do Dutch. I can't do Dutch, policeman. Sir, you have run over the cyclist. Why did you not use the brake pedal? I couldn't push it. It was too hard. It's his excuse. Think back. Niels is advocating that everybody drives velomobiles, electric velomobiles, which, you know, velomobiles are awesome. If you guys don't know what they are, they're really they're quite popular in Holland because there's literally no hills. But they're like hyper aerodynamic recumbent bicycles with they're like a Japanese bullet train recumbent bicycle. You can get up to like 80 miles an hour in them if you're pedaling with a with a tailwind. Or behind a lorry on a motorway. So you need electric ones and them sorted. 10-minute charge and you can cycle around the world 5 times. Guilty of accent assassination. Well, the other thing in the UK is, if we had separate cycle paths, you could have like cycle paths that go through the countryside, totally separate to the roads, tarmacked nicely, and then you could use an e-bike, like a basic e-bike. You could get up to like a good, comfortable, constant 25 miles an hour with no traffic at all, no stopping at 25 miles an hour, will get you pretty far compared to going at 60 miles an hour but with stopping all the time in traffic jams. That's my theory anyway. The big thing in the UK is your bikes have to share the roads, which is a stupid idea, and the weather's shit, and we've got quite a few hills. Cycle lane on the M1, breathing all those car fumes. If you've got an e-scooter, by the way, guys, I mean, you probably already know this if you're in the UK, but the British police are going mental at the moment. This month, they've started going absolutely mental, cracking down on e-scooters, so watch out. They're trying to make money off everyone. Of all things to crack down on, oh, those pesky e-scooters. It's almost as if the government stands to profit off getting some private business into e-scooters, you bugger. They wouldn't do that, would they? But yeah, it's a shame. What's up? The police are just stopping because technically they're illegal in the UK, because you do get a couple of like chavs and stuff like going around really quick on them on pavements, which, you know, that's fair. Like, fair enough. If someone's riding a bicycle like a tit on a pavement near old people or children, you know, well, obviously fine them. Or if they actually hit someone, that's assault basically. But you don't, like, it's not that likely to kill someone compared to a bloody car, is it? At the end of the day, an e-scooter doesn't weigh that much, and if you're hitting someone, it's probably the person on the e-scooter hitting into them, which is relatively soft, or that tiny handlebar. It's, you know, compared to a bloody car. UK laws are the dumbest shit. UK drug laws and UK vehicular laws are just so stupid. Just like, let's ignore the evidence. Right, let's look at the results here before I get triggered about politics again. Who started me off? I'm blaming Niels. Niels Husingveld, you triggered the game of muscle with your high-weight car. Watch out what you say in the chat room today. Right, you have a problem? What's that? Ryan Thomas in first place, Stephen Hall second, Chris third, me in fourth, Player fifth, sixth place, Dangle Splangabun, and JH in seventh. Good job, guys. Right, we're gonna fly in Microsoft Flight Sim here now. I'm gonna start and stop the stream though, because otherwise people have an aneurysm over the titles. We gotta have the titles correct. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like people could almost get their own insurance, right? Right. Back in a minute. Thank you very much, Bill Bloodshed, for your donation. Thank you for renewing your membership. And the new member, I've already forgotten your names. That's how much I appreciate you. Bloody hell, I hate having no memory. B-Road Blast, that was it. And who was the other guy? Jesus Christ. I do appreciate it, even if I can't remember your names. I do appreciate it. It sounds like so unappreciative. I can't even remember my name. I don't know why I did that. Oh dear. I mean, the moral is unsubscribe, dislike, and format your C drive. You'll never come back. Unsub. Right. Back in a minute. I literally just set it up quickly. I'm going to make another iced tea, I think. No, Bill Bloodshed was the donation and not the new member. Unless they were, and I'm... Hang on, look. I've got a button I can click. Oh, it doesn't work. I can't click the button. Right. Thanks, guys. See you all in a bit. Thank you for racing us. Off to get your aeroplane, get your flight yoke sorted. We're going flying, boys and girls. There's no girls here. Let's be real. But if there are, we're going flying, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and lady gents, and gentlemen with gentlemen ladies. See you in a bit.